Welcome to another ICP update. So I believe the third wave of this 1-2 setup that we got right here, the green 1-2 setup, is still not done. I mean, we only got to the 1.618 extension, which in my opinion, it's not enough for a third wave, and we should get to at least $9.43 to get to the 200% extension to confirm that the third wave is actually in before getting a fourth wave and then a fifth wave right here. Now, just to remind you, these 5 waves that I'm tracking right here will only be 5 waves of this first wave right here. Then of course you can expect a second wave move down and then a third wave, and this first wave right here will only be the first wave of this green third wave move to the upside that I have on the chart. And this third wave should get to at least $16.17. And obviously there's still a long way to go until then, so, you know, ICP might continue just doing nothing for the next few months or maybe weeks until Bitcoin dominance actually tops, because as you can see right now, it does not look like it has topped. And for example, in the previous cycle, if you want to see what a Bitcoin dominance top kind of confirmation looks like, well, it looks something like this over here. As you can see, after it got this high right here, it instantly dumped to the downside, and it was pretty much closing red candles each day, and it went down about 46% in like almost 5 months. So that's how Bitcoin dominance topping usually looks like. And yeah, right now we don't have that. It has not dropped, it's just going sideways right now, which is, you know, to be expected because Bitcoin is also going sideways. But it's kind of weird because usually when Bitcoin goes sideways, Bitcoin dominance goes up because most altcoins tend to bleed against Bitcoin. But right now, Bitcoin dominance is not really doing anything, which is kind of weird. Now, do not forget, we have been going up in August on the Bitcoin dominance chart, which means that maybe September will be a bit different and maybe we'll start dropping in September, which means that we might top on the Bitcoin dominance chart this month. Of course, that's just speculation, but if we check out what happened in the previous years, for example, in each September, as you can see here in August last year, the Bitcoin dominance chart was going down. And what did it do in September? It went up. So it went pretty much the opposite way of where it was going in August. And let's continue. Let's check out 2022. In 2022, it was pretty much going down. And in September, we had a small pump, but you know, this was a bear market after all. So it was nothing too crazy, but even then, I mean, a few months later, it still exploded to the upside. And if we check out what happened in 2021, as you can see, it was going down before September, and it started pretty much pumping in the middle of September. So again, it was going in the opposite direction, and then it just pumped. So maybe this time will be no different. Maybe we'll just pump until September, maybe the middle of September, and then it's going to start dropping. I don't know. It might also be the case that maybe Bitcoin dominance will continue going up until like December or maybe even January. But if it does not top by, let's say, January 1st of next year, then I don't think we'll see an altcoin season because, you know, we don't have that much time left on our hands. And I mean, we could still get an altcoin season, obviously, but I don't think it's going to be as strong if we started like 4 months later than what I believe we're supposed to. I mean, of course, we could get an altcoin season, but still, it's going to be kind of iffy because we are very close to the 0.618 extension right here. And in the last cycle, when we almost touched that level right here, that's when the altcoin season happened. So if we do not copy what happened in the previous cycle, then what are we copying, you know? Now, you have to keep in mind that ICP is still respecting support levels, and I cannot confirm that it has bottomed in the second wave move down right here because we only had 2 waves up after this low right here, and you know, I still need the third wave move up, and the third wave obviously will go above the bull market support band, which is going to be very bullish if it happens, because if we check out what happened the previous time we went above the bull market support band, for example right here, after we got above it, we pretty much stayed above it for like 5 months. So, you know, keep that in mind. Now, of course, we also went above it right here and then we got rejected, but, you know, this was a bear market after all. Right now, I believe we are starting a bull market. So if we want to confirm that we'll actually get a bull market for ICP, we kind of have to go up right now. But if we do get another low in the second wave move down, it's not going to be bearish because, do not forget, we can still go down quite a lot on the ICP chart compared to the other altcoins, because the invalidation zone for the first wave is at $2.82 and we are currently at like $8. So we can still go down like, let's say, about 65% before we invalidate the structure. Obviously, I don't want to see ICP go down that much, but it could happen. But I believe that will only happen if we get some kind of black swan event. I don't believe ICP will drop another 65% from where it's at right now. I don't think that's realistic. Also, do not forget that ICP is one of the only coins that actually managed to form a 1-2 setup. The other altcoins pretty much got invalidated and they got another low in the second wave move down, but ICP did not. So, that's pretty impressive if you ask me. Now, of course, we still got rejected by the bull market support band multiple times, as you can see, so things are still not bullish. We still did not get a cross on the daily chart, or at least, not even on the weekly chart. And by a cross, I mean the green line going above the red line. So I'm still waiting for that to happen. It might happen in the next couple of weeks, maybe. And if you check out the RSI is also not looking too good, or at least on the weekly. It's currently going down, so maybe we'll just copy what we did right here and we'll continue going down on the RSI and here as well. It might also be a possibility. If we do go below the yellow line again, then I think we'll get another low in the second wave move down, but we might not get another low on the RSI. So, we'll have to see what happens with this. I would like to see it hold the yellow line, but if it doesn't, then yeah, it's not going to be the end of the world, because still, don't forget, from the bear market low, we went up about 600% in like 6 months, so that's good. But we could do way more than that. And I'm expecting the third wave move to the upside to get to at least the 200% extension right here, but it could obviously go way higher than that. It could even get above the 4.618 extension. I have seen many altcoins do that in the past, so this is pretty much speculation, but it should go somewhere in this region right here, between $39 and $86, and maybe even higher. And I'm expecting ICP to top somewhere between the 100% extension, which I believe is the previous all-time high right here, and not this right here. And maybe it can go to like the 1.618 level at $139. I don't know if that will happen. That's very speculative right now, because we are still not in a third wave move to the upside. And a third wave move to the upside, it's not guaranteed that it will happen. So, be very aware of that. Obviously, I will keep making updates about ICP because I believe this chart has a lot of potential. And I've heard a lot of people talk down on ICP because its price went from like $625 or maybe even higher to about $2. But you have to keep in mind that this right here was pretty much market manipulation, and the real all-time high is at $87. So yes, it went from $87 to $2, but how much percent is that? That's about 96%. ICP is not the only altcoin that went down that much in the bear market. Most altcoins went down like 90% in the bear market. So, and do not forget, this was pretty much a coin that was launched when everything was going down, and it has only been around for the bear market. So if it wants to prove itself, it should prove itself right now. If we do not get a third wave move to the upside, then I think it's over for ICP. I think it will drop below the bull market support band, and then it's going to be a free fall. But right now I don't see why that would happen, So we'll have to see what happens. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of the charts right here. And make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.